pas des tendres vers la perfection.
Mantras of our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says the power of expression comes by getting into touch with the inner source from which these things come. A calm and silent mind is a great help for the free flow of the power, but it is not indispensable, nor will it of itself bring it. With always our love and blessing, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo's Savitri, Book 3, The Book of the Divine Mother, Canto 2, The Adoration of the Divine Mother, page 355. The formless and the formed were joined in her. Immensity was exceeded by a look. A face revealed the crowded infinite, incarnating inexpressibly in her limbs the boundless joy the blind world forces seek. Her body of beauty mooned the seas of bliss. At the head she stands of birth and toil and fate. In her slow round the cycles turn to her call. Alone her hands can change time's dragon base. Hers is the mystery the night conceals. The spirit's alchemist's energy is hers. She is the golden bridge, the wonderful fire. The luminous heart of the unknown is she. A power of silence in the depths of God. She is the force, the inevitable word, the magnet of our difficult ascent, the sun from which we kindle all our suns, the light that leans from the unrealized vast, the joy that beckons from the impossible, the might of all that never yet came down. All nature dumbly calls to her alone, to heal with her feet the aching throb of life and break the seals on the dim soul of man and kindle her fire in the closed heart of things. All here shall be one day her sweetness's home. All contraries prepare her harmony. Towards her our knowledge climbs, our passion gropes. In her miraculous rapture we shall dwell. Her clasp will turn to ecstasy our pain. Ourself shall be one self with all through her. In her confirmed, because transformed in her, our life shall find in its fulfilled response above the bound countless hushed beatitudes. Below, the wonder of the embrace divine. This known as in a thunder flash of God, the rapture of things eternal filled his limbs. Amazement fell upon his ravished sense. His spirit was caught in her intolerant flame. Once seen, his heart acknowledged only her. Only a hunger of infinite bliss was left. All aims in her were lost, then found in her. His base was gathered into one pointing spire. Darshan Day, significance of Darshan Day, taken from the collective works of our Divine Mother, some answers from the Mother, page 228. Question, sweet Mother, what do you give us in the morning at the balcony, and what should we try to do in order to receive what you're giving? For this, our Divine Mother says, every morning at the balcony, after establishing a conscious contact with each of those who are present, I identify myself with the Supreme Lord and dissolve myself completely in Him. Then my body, completely passive, is nothing but a channel through which the Lord passes His forces freely and pours upon all His light, His consciousness, and His joy according to each one's receptivity. Our Divine Mother says the best way to receive what He gives is to come to the balcony with trust and aspiration, and to keep oneself as calm and quiet as one can in a silent and passive state of expectation. If one has something precise to ask, it is better to ask it beforehand, not while I am there, because any activity lessens the receptivity. Significance of Darshan. This is taken from the question and answers of 1956, page 262. Our Divine Mother says, in the days when our Lord Sri Aurobindo used to give darshan, before He gave it, there was always a concentration of certain forces or of a certain realization which He wanted to give to people. And so each darshan marked a stage forward. Each time something was added. But that was at a time when the number of visitors were very limited. It was organized in another way, and it was part of the necessary preparation. But this special concentration now occurs at all times, at other times, not only particularly on darshan days. And it occurs much more often on other kinds of occasions in other circumstances as well. The moment is much accelerated. The march forward, the stages succeeded each other much more rapidly. And perhaps it is more difficult to follow. Or in any case, if one does not take care to keep up, one is much more quickly outdistanced than before. One gets the feeling of being late or being abandoned. Things change quickly. Our Divine Mother says, Sri Aurobindo always spoke of two moments: the formation of the individual in order to be able to reach the goal individually, and the preparation of the world. For the progress of the individual is, so to say, not exactly delayed or helped by the condition of the whole, but this brings about a certain balance between the two. The individual movement is always much more rapid and more penetrating. It goes further, more deeply, and more quickly. The collective movement forms a sort of basis which both restrains and supports at the same time. And it is the balance between these two movements which is necessary. So, the more rapidly one goes individually, the more necessary it is to try to extend and to strengthen the collective basis. Our Divine Mother talks of the beginning of a Gnostic community in the book Question and Answers in the Collective Works, year 1957 and 58, in page 39. It will soon be a year since one Wednesday we had the manifestation of the supramental force. Since then, it has been working very actively, even while very few people are aware of it. But still, I thought the time had come for us to help it in a little in its work by making an effort of receptivity. Of course, it does not work only in the ashram. It is working in the whole world and in all places where there is some receptivity. This force is at work, and I must say the ashram hasn't an exclusive receptivity in the world, the monopoly of receptivity. Our Divine Mother says, for a long time, for a very long time, the ashram was only a gathering of individuals, each one representing something, but as an individual and without any collective organization. They were like separate pawns on a chessboard, united only in appearance or rather by the purely superficial act or the fact of living together in the same place and having few habits in common, not even very mainly, only a few. Each one progress or didn't progress according to his own capacity and with a minimum of relation with others. So, in accordance with the value of the individuals constituting this odd assemblage, one could say that there was a general value, but a very nebulous one with no collective reality. This lasted a very long time, and it is quite recently that the need for a collective reality began to appear, which is not necessarily limited to the ashram but embraces all who have declared themselves, I don't mean materially, but in their consciousness, to be disciples of Sri Aurobindo and have tried to live his teaching. Among all of them, more strongly since the manifestation of the supramental consciousness and force, there has awakened the necessity for a true communal life which could not be based purely on material circumstances but would represent a deeper truth and be the beginning of what Sri Aurobindo calls a supramental or Gnostic community. Significance of 24th November 1926, also called as a Siddhi Day, the Victory Day. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says it was the descent of Krishna into the physical. Krishna is not the supramental light. The descent of Krishna would mean the descent of the overmind Godhead, preparing, though not itself actually, bringing the descent of supermind and Ananda. Krishna is the Anandamaya. He supports the evolution through the overmind, leading it towards his Ananda. Our Divine Mother says the 24th November is called the Day of Victory in remembrance of a very important spiritual event which took place in 1926. Lord Sri Aurobindo says in the autobiographical notes, the ashram was founded, or rather founded itself in 1926. 24th November, Siddhi Day or the Day of Victory, Sri Aurobindo experiences the descent of Krishna consciousness. He explains the descent of Krishna would mean the descent of overmind Godhead, preparing, though not itself actually bringing, the descent of supermind and Ananda. 24th November. 24th November is celebrated in Sri Aurobindo Ashram as Siddhi Day. It was on this day in the year 1926 that the descent of Krishna, that is the overmind consciousness, that took place in matter, that is Sri Aurobindo's body.
Permets que nous n'obéissions qu'à toi et que nous vivions selon la vérité. Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth.
नमस्ते सर्वदेवानां वरदासि हरिप्रिये ॐ त्रैलोक्य पूजिते देवी कमले विष्णुवल्लभे मङ्गलां शोभनां शुद्धां निष्कलां परमां कलां विश्वेश्वरी विश्वं विकामि राम प्रणमा प्रसन्नां सुभदरां